The modern city, its glass towers, luxury penthouses, cloud-piercing skylines, was born from one simple promise: safety. Before skyscrapers, there was fear, the fear of falling. And it took one man, standing on a wooden platform in 1854, to make humanity look up without hesitation. His name was Elisha Otis, and his invention changed the way the world moved. In the mid-19th century, vertical travel was rare and dangerous. Hoists and pulleys were used only for goods, not people. Factories and warehouses relied on crude lifts powered by steam or counterweights. One broken rope could send cargo or passengers plummeting to their deaths. Few dared to trust them. Otis was a mechanic from Vermont who specialized in building safer machinery. When he moved to Yonkers, New York, to work in a bedframe factory, he was tasked with installing a freight lift. Instead, he began redesigning it. The problem, he realized, wasn't the lift itself, was what happened when the rope failed. So he invented a spring-loaded safety brake that automatically locked the platform in place if tension on the hoisting cable was lost. He built it, tested it, and then decided to do something extraordinary: prove it to the world. At the 1854 New York World's Fair, then called the Exhibition of the Industry of All Nations, Otis stood atop a massive open elevator shaft built inside the Crystal Palace. Before a skeptical crowd, he rose high above the floor, held up an axe, and shouted, "All safe, gentlemen." Then he cut the only rope holding him up. Gasps filled the hall as the platform dropped a few inches and stopped locked in place by his hidden safety brake. Otis didn't just demonstrate an invention, he performed a revolution. The elevator had become safe. After that dramatic moment, Otis's company was born. By 1857, the first passenger elevator was installed in a New York department store. It moved slowly, about half a meter per second, but its psychological impact was immense. For the first time, the upper floors of buildings became desirable. Developers began to think vertically. Within a few decades, advances in steel construction and electrical power collided with Otis's invention, giving rise to the first skyscrapers. By the 1880s and 1890s, cities like Chicago and New York were racing skyward. The safety elevator had turned airspace into real estate. The design itself was elegantly simple. When the hoisting rope went slack, spring-loaded jaws gripped the guide rails, stopping the platform instantly. The principle is still used in modern elevators today, refined, digitized, and layered with sensors, but spiritually identical to Otis's wooden prototype. Otis died in 1861, just as his company's name was becoming synonymous with safety. His sons carried on his work, merging mechanical genius with industrial might. By the 20th century, Otis elevators were installed in landmarks like the Eiffel Tower, the Empire State Building, and the Burj Khalifa. What is easy to forget is that Otis's triumph wasn't just technical, it was psychological. He sold trust. His invention told the public that the machine would not betray them, that they could step into a box suspended hundreds of feet above the ground and be safe. That shift in confidence transformed architecture, economics, and even social life. Before elevators, the top floors of buildings were cheap. No one wanted to climb that high. After Otis, the upper floors became the most expensive addresses in the world. In a single generation, he had flipped the class structure of buildings upside down. Today, we barely notice the quiet hum of an elevator. We take for granted that it will stop softly, open perfectly, and never fall. Yet every one of those rides carries the legacy of a man who risked his life to prove an idea that progress begins with trust. The next time you press that button and feel yourself rise, remember Elisha Otis, the man who cut the rope so the rest of us could reach new heights.